Hey lovelies, so today we have a juicy question from one of the fanbam. I'm gonna read the question. Hey Samri, I do follow you post on Facebook mostly. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. You have so much wisdom and are a strong woman. Today I came here to ask you and share your thoughts on this issue, and that is about marrying divorced man. Well, in my case, he has two children, and have never been married, and I am 31 years old. Can you please make a video and share your ideas? Thank you. And this is from Positive Abisha. If you have any questions and you want to ask anonymously, you can send your questions to info@samracooks.com. And I will answer the questions that I feel like are gonna be good for the general public, for all of us. So in this case, it's regarding marrying a married man. I feel like this message is somehow vague, right? We don't have my mouth is dry. I just had lunch. Hold on. I took myself out. I'm in a hurry to talk, but I took myself out to lunch. I was feeling like sushi, so I was really busy, and then I took myself out to lunch, and I didn't drink water, and now I'm at the beach. I'm waiting for the sunset, just in case you're wondering what the heck I'm doing right now. But anyway, yeah, I get distracted. But anyway, so I'm just gonna answer it in general as well, what I thought, and I have a story for you guys from my online dating. I think this online dating is like my place for research. I love research in general, like in cooking, researching. I love research, and this online dating stuff is helping me on my research. And while I'm doing my research, if I meet my hubby, that is brilliant. But anyway, so when you are dating a divorced man, there are two things that I would suggest you focus. I mean, you know your red flags. It might not be the same as mine, but there are two things. One, is he over his ex? And I'm going to tell you a story. I'll tell you, I always have a story. This is about an online dating guy that I did last year. And I'll just tell you why. The reason why I tell you guys a story is because when I tell you a story, you're not going to forget, what we talked about. That's why. Because that's how I learn. When people tell me their personal experience, I learn and I don't forget. That's the reason why. And second, I want you guys to learn from my story. When you fear the Lord, you don't fear people. There's nothing that you hide. Well, except for a couple of things. I don't really share everything, but if I feel like it's gonna teach you, I share. But anyway, let me get back. So two things. One, is he over his ex? Two, if he has kids, he said he has 2 kids. Does he pay attention to his kids? Or is he like, oh, I don't see my kids that much? Because the second one is like, if he doesn't pay attention to his kids, even though right now he is showering you with love, with money, he can buy you the whole California. If he's not attentive to his kids, this man is not going to be for you. Okay? If he doesn't pay attention to his offsprings, yeah, you run fast. Run. Number one is he over his ex? So how you know if he's over his ex is just listen. Be humble. Don't play hard to get. When you're playing hard to get, the hunting instinct in men he's just going to focus on you, and for the time being he's going to forget about her, right? But be available. Talk to him when he calls. Don't play hard to get. Playing hard to get seems like a good idea at first, because he's going to be all over you. You know, like as I told you last time, guys, be the sun, not the diamond. Diamond, it reflects. Sun shines. Does that make sense, you guys? So shine. Yeah, there is going to be a risk when you're shining like the sun, because the sun is available right there, right? But when did we ever say, thank you, God, for the sun? You know what I mean? But if you get too much of the sun, you get burned, right? So you go with boundaries. But you're humble. You listen. Listen. Just listen what he's saying. So I listen not to hold it against them, but to protect myself. So a lot of men open up to me. I told you, like, that's my curse and my blessing, right? So let me tell you about this man that I was talking last year. So he got divorced after some time. I forgot how many years he was married, but anyway, we were talking, and he was into Jesus like crazy. He had some supernatural experience and everything, and he prays like crazy. You know, I felt him when he was like, he doesn't talk about anything but Jesus, and that was a turn on for me. Yeah, I love talking about Jesus. Talk to me about Jesus day and night. Jesus, I love you. But anyway, so what happened was, like, one day he asked me, we were talking like probably 3 times a day. Like, we clicked, and I made him online. So what happened was, so he was talking to me, and he was telling me about his ex, and one day I felt like he was talking about her too much, right? So, hold on. He was kind of talking about her too much, and I'm like, is it me, or is it does she come in every conversation? So when they're not over, they try to bring her in every conversation, or they compare you. It doesn't matter if they say, oh, you're way better than her, you could cook better than my mama or my ex. If they are in the comparing, that means they're not over her. Okay, because they're looking for what they were missing in her. And this is a rebound. It doesn't matter how long ago they got divorced. And the second reason is they did not forgive her. And he was talking a lot about Jesus, but I felt like he didn't forgive her. But Jesus is all about forgiveness, right? Forgiveness, crucifixion, and resurrection, right? So that's like, just pay attention, pray. You have intuition, and you're a woman. Your intuition is higher. So when you pray, and men too. Man's intuition is, every human's intuition is higher when you're connected with God. So it would tell you before it happened. So we were talking, and he said, oh, I have a brother who is a special need, and I am taking care of him. So if this thing goes to another level, then he might live with us. Do you mind? And I was like, no. And to be honest, I did not mind. I wouldn't mind if I adopt a special need kid and raise him and give him love or give her love. I don't mind. Everybody's God's creature, and we're here to take care of each other. And in fact, he gave me an idea. Maybe I should adopt a special need kid. You know? But anyway, so he said, and I was like, I didn't see it as a problem. I'm like, oh, what a privilege. We're going to take care of him. Not that he is special need, the privilege, but like us taking care of him. You know, God's creature, God's creation, God's creature. It's good. And he was so surprised. He told me that, oh, his ex didn't want to, and she did this, she did that. And that day, I was like, okay, this guy is not over his ex, right? So things like that. Whenever I talk about something, he always, oh my God, you're an angel. My ex did this, da 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 da. My ex, da da da, my ex, da da da. So they compare you, and they've been divorced for a really long time. It doesn't matter how long. That is gonna be a toxic relationship for you. So they need to be over. They need to forgive, and if they have kids, they need to be attentive with their kids. If he's not for his kid, he's not gonna be for you. And the third that I forget to mention is when you're marrying someone with kids, you're marrying the kids as well, right? So you have to really pray about it, because if something happens to you, to the relationship, and you're not together, are you able to separate with the kids? If you're like me, I get really attached to kids. Like if you see my neighbor's kid, back when she was like 3, when her mom goes to work, she doesn't cry. If I go, it's World War III. So I love kids, and I get attached. So the first thing that comes in my mind, if he says like, oh, I have kids and stuff, is like, ooh, I'm gonna attach. But if he's like, if he meets my qualification across the board, you know what I mean, then I'm not gonna worry about anything. But I'm just telling you to just be on the lookout. These are the things that you need to. And men, for single moms as well. This works for single moms. Is she over him? Does she talk ish about her ex? Does she prevent him from seeing his kids? She's not going to be for you. It doesn't matter what the father does. It doesn't matter what the father did to her. His kids are his kids. If she's preventing his dad from seeing his kids, she's not going to be for you. Kings, listen. For single moms. Okay? The kids, her, separate. Dad is always your dad. Doesn't matter what he does. Okay? I hope this helps. I'm gonna go enjoy my sunset and ask questions. info@samracooks.com. So whenever I can, I will come and answer your questions. I hope I covered everything, right? I told you 3 things. 1, again, watch out if they are over their ex or not, if they are forgiving or not. At first, you won't be able to tell because of the chemicals. There is a chemical reaction in our brain. Okay? The chemical reaction, especially the first year, you are gonna be blind. That's why we say love is blind. No, the chemical blinded us. Love is not blind. Love is seeing. So if you're gonna love him with all his flaws, and nobody is perfect, right? But what are your red flags? Pray about it. Ask Jesus. This is what I learned from my research so far. So yeah, be over your ex if you're not over your ex as well, because the other person deserves a clean start. Okay, they don't deserve to be compared to another person. I used to have an ex who compared me with his mom. Oh, you cook way better than my mom. And I'm like, I don't want to be compared with her. I don't want to be compared with your mom. And she doesn't deserve to be compared to me. Nobody should compare you to anybody. Sometimes you cook good. Sometimes you don't cook good. Okay? That's the thing. Even if it's true. Even if his mama is a clumsy cook. Right? I don't want to be compared. I just want him to eat. This is so good. I love it. I love your food. I don't like going anywhere. I don't like eating anywhere. I like your food. And that's a compliment. And I don't like the compliment. Oh, you're more beautiful than my ex. You're more beautiful than her. Oh, I upgraded a bit. I don't like that either. I said bye and I'm still talking. I love you guys. I know you love me with all my shenanigans. Okay? No one is above you. No one is below you. And I'll show you the sunset. Mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.